because I helped edit that. I threw ideas at that.
Our voice was coming through for some
Hey, Simon, I'm gonna make a suggestion here for you for sound.
Hello everyone, welcome to our first episode of this third season of Cyberpunk Red. I am Simon at Wandering DM, and tonight I'll be GMing our game. But before we do so, I would like to introduce our sponsors for tonight's game, beginning with Mage Press. Makers of 5th edition D&D supplements. You can check them out at store.mageandpress.com or use code WanderingDM to get 10% off your 15% off your purchases. Up next is our good friends at Found Familiar. I am holding here in my hand their new coffee, Good Berry, which has notes of mixed berries, wildflowers, and sangria, which I cannot wait to try. You can check them out at Oh my god, it smells like strawberries. You can check them out at foundfamiliar.com and use code WanderingDM to get 10% off your purchases. Up next is Roll20, the platform that we use here for all of our games on Wandering DM. You can see it at the bottom where we're going to have our rolls. Roll20 is a virtual tabletop that you can use to play role-playing games with your friends during these times of quarantines. And lastly is Artalsorian Games, the makers of Cyberpunk Red. They've just announced today that the book is going to be released in November. So be sure to get your copy, secure your copy ahead of time, and keep an eye out on like Drive-Thru RPGs or artalsoriangames.com for when the PDF comes out if you wish to get the PDF, because if I remember right, the PDF comes out a few days before the physical book. That said, we also have our partners, Level Up Dice. We're going to talk about them later at the end of the show, but without further ado, let's introduce our cast for this third season. And get the ball rolling. We'll start with the person on my right on the overlay. We're going to go clockwise, so we'll start with our solo, Adelaide.
That's me, Adelaide Gardner. You can find me at OAdelaide on Twitter. I am on this show. I am on Fateforge Academy, and I am soon to be starting my own fully cosplayed streams coming up in a few weeks. So check that out on Action_Fictions Twitch. Speaking of Action Fiction, we have our Kickstarter, and we are in the last 4 hours. So watch this show. But if you are interested in funny memes in your D&D games, go check out Monsters of Merca Restaurants and Retail on Kickstarter. We have raised $80,000. Holy shit. That's a lot of money. But we can always take more. We'll take more of your money. Okay, just it's fine. Give me your money. I'm just kidding. All right, that's it. That's it for me. That's all I got.
All right. So someone in chat just posted that is it obligatory to wear some form of eyewear for this stream? Apparently it is.
Oh, wow. We all have glasses
We
on
all
today.
have glasses.
It is the dark future.
Yep.
You gotta find some way to see through it.
Anino, you're next.
Hi everyone, my name is Anino. I use he, him pronouns, and I play Jimenez, the rocker boy by way of professional wrestling.
Up next is our nomad, Rin.
Hey, I'm Ren. Oh god, that's weird. Yeah, I played Jinx, the crazy nomad, and that's about it.
Right next to Jinx is the team's doctor, Chris.
Welcome back, Chumbas. My name is Chris Geary. You can find me on Twitter at Chris Geary, and tonight, well, I use he, him pronouns, and tonight I will be reprising my role of Dr. White, aka Mr. White, aka Dr. Frost. They got confused, I guess, in the break. Oof, it's been too long. Anyway, resident trauma surgeon, and guy who might know a guy who might know a guy who could hook you up.
And last but not least is the team's techie. Deirdre.
Oh, hi, that's me. Hi, y'all. You know me. I'm at Digital on Twitter. Prexigolith is before you see me on Twitch, and I get to play Trins, who can definitely make it better. It will definitely go to 11 if you let her fix it, and I can fix it. Mm-hmm.
So, last we left off a long while ago. Let's do a quick recap. The team went up against a corp called IEC, one of the medium-sized corporation that Reno used to work for as a repo person. Thank you. And IEC had been working on a few new cyberware implants. Stuff that they were using on some of the city's less well-off population, mostly the vagrants and homeless. They were using them as guinea pigs. The team found out about it and decided to put an end to IEC's nefarious practices, and also the fact that they were more or less involved in a plot with WorldSat trying to destroy their building, their apartment building, to install antennas to broadcast a 24/7 reality TV of the combat zone, where you could watch people fight and die in real time for your entertainment. Then, after they got rid of IEC, and Jimenez started his wrestling career proper in Night City, the group was called to help a friend of one of their contacts, Connie, who was in a town called Springfield in Nevada. They left on a road trip, went to Nevada, and discovered that there were bounty hunters gunning for them. Apparently someone was offering a massive reward for the group's head. They investigated, they made friends with their new pal, the hairdresser, whose name I completely forgot between the seasons.
Monica.
How dare you? How dare you?
Monique.
She's the best one. She's the best out of all of us.
Yeah, made friends with Monique, the hairdresser.
Yeah.
They went to Las Vegas for Jimenez's promo of the new tag team of Jimenez and her name is not Francesca.
Fiona.
Fiona, thank you. Wow, I was going to call her Francesca. With Fiona Applegate and Jimenez, and they promote that while in Vegas. They also sought out more information on the people that were gunning after them. They came back to Night City, having discovered that Trince's ex-boyfriend was behind a lot of the hunts, as he wanted to get the money of some of the members of the group and then escape with Trince and lead a life of, leave his life of crime behind and start over with his girlfriend, which did not go well for him. He was promptly found and arrested after an entire filler episode of eating at an Italian restaurant. And the team had a chat with Arasaka, the company that was behind the hunt, and cleared things out in exchange for a contract that requires that if anyone ever leaks anything about IEC and what happened, the group would have to deal with it. when we last left off our Cyberpunk game, someone received a message on their agent as they were hanging out at the Forlorn Hope. A simple text message that says, "The game has begun." And then a firefight erupted. It's been 2 months. And as we begin today, begin with a broadcast of the news. Talking about this event 2 months ago at the Forlorn Hope, this massive shootout that occurred because of this mysterious game that started. A game that overtook Night City and holds it firmly in its grasp of utter carnage and violence. All the kids are playing it these days, so are the booster gangers and a lot of other more professional people. The goal of the game is simple: be the last person alive. A lot of people that join apparently join for multiple reasons, and as you're watching this clip on TV or on your agent, the reporter would hold a mic to someone next to them, a younger. We're not going to call them edge runners. They're probably amateur edge runners at this point. Early 20s, decked out in the latest fashion wear with the sleekest looking gun that you all know as professionals is not the best one. Especially Reno and Jinx, you would know that this is the type of gun that you go to a shooting range with, but you don't bring that on the street. Guy saying that he is joining the game, and he's been playing for 3 weeks now because, well, as he says it, winner takes all, and I mean all. I don't know if you've ever thought about it, but they're saying that whatever you get at the end is enough to make you immortal. Do you know what that means? That means the best medicine. That means a ticket out of this fucking hole. I mean, it's got to be a shit ton of money. And I'm here for those Eurobucks because they're mine. And I have a system, you see? And my system, and right before the camera cuts, you would see his head explode with the sound of a high-powered rifle in the distance shooting. His cyber eye just lunge at the camera before the cameraman cuts the feed. And that has been a reality over the past 2 months. We'll pan the camera back a bit to see the group watching this develop. We'll say in Trince's apartment, on her massive TV. Mercutio is currently sleeping on the couch.
He has his own room and his own quasi common room that I took a wall down, so there's that. He might have a couch, but Trins doesn't actually have a couch. She just has massive amounts of floor pillows that she rearranges whenever she needs to, in whatever arrangement she needs. Because they're all different colors and it's very bohemian. It looks very chic. But the entire wall does light up and project, and it has the best sound system.
But yeah, this where you are watching this. It is not the only thing that has occurred over the past 2 months. I know a few of you have told me between seasons what you wanted to do. Um, Jinx started racing, going to underground races, of course, at night. Most of them highly dangerous and illegal. And she made a name for herself in the circuit. But I would like to know how much of a name she made. Can you, Jinx, roll a, I was gonna say land vehicle. It's a drive check.
So a drive land vehicle?
Yeah, drive land vehicle.
$24.
Oh yeah, with a 24, you have made a lot of jealous people, a lot of people jealous. So much so that you are banned from certain races.
Yay!
Because you are either counted as a cheat or as someone who, you know, is a professional, and these are like hobbyist stuff. Like you're too. But anyway, during those 2 months racing, you did manage to make 2,000 euro bucks.
Sweet.
It was a good time, where the only thing that you were risking is your life, but you had your motorcycle and knew how to control it and knew what to do. There wasn't anyone gunning after you until, of course, once again, the game got into the way and someone set out landmines in the middle of the street to take out one racer. 8 people were killed.
They missed me.
They did, because you wouldn't be there for the season otherwise. But this is just one of the many examples of intense collateral damage that some of these players have gone to. During those 2 months, Reno did a bunch of research on Arasaka, if I remember right.
Yep. She's not happy about having to work for another court.
No, and there is a lot of information. Lot of information on Arasaka, a lot that is public, but also a lot that is private and protected. If you could make a we'll go with a library search check, but you can add a +4 for all of the experience you've had with courts, with them,
Okay.
and also a bit of help from your pal Out.
Okay. So +4 plus. So what was my intelligence? 6. 17.
With a 17, you would learn a lot of things, a lot of tidbits of information. Arasaka being a company that was created in Japan a while back. I don't remember the exact dates in my head right now, but they came to they not just came to America, they took over the world. Arasaka is everywhere. They focused on security, they focused on program development, they focused on cyberware, on weaponry, they had their fingers in a lot of different pies. Pharmaceuticals, cosmetics, even clothing for a time. And they owned many subsidiaries. And that all came to a head in 2022 with the Fourth Corporate War. 2 companies that were, shell companies for Arasaka and Militech, I don't remember their exact names, but they dealt in offshore drilling. And there was talk of one of them closing, going bankrupt. Arasaka wanted to purchase them. They did a few illegal moves to plunge that company into further trouble so they could get it for cheaper, make sure that they were the only bidders, etc., etc., and that eventually led to the CEO of Militech deciding to go against Arasaka and leverage his entire company to do so. At some point, the war went out of the boardrooms and onto the streets as soldiers, private security, and even edge runners were hired to either sabotage Militech or Arasaka. At the end of the Fourth Corporate War, two teams of edge runners in an operation called Operation Firestorm infiltrated the Arasaka Towers in Night City. One of this team was led by some of the most renowned people. They had an objective. Nobody knows exactly what it is. The other team, made up of whatever player you have in your game, went to sabotage the Arasaka Towers. Their goal was to destroy the server room. Something happened, and a nuke was detonated, destroying the center of Night City, the Arasaka Towers, and creating this huge-ass crater that now was the city center. It infected a lot of people with radiation. It covered the skies for years. In fact, you still, to this day, because of the pollution from this nuke, get red rain. Which, as a GM of Cyberpunk Red, I completely forgot to add, but that's sort of why it's called Cyberpunk Red. Because of the red skies, the red hazy skies, and the red rain.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So Arasaka was at the center of pretty much all of the shit that's been happening for 25 years. So much so that they were banned from the United States. Completely. As you well know, they managed to keep a hold onto American soil through, Barrett Engineering and other companies. You find out over the course of your researches that Simon is woefully unprepared and did not open the right PDF.
For shame.
Complete shame. I am supposed to be a professional. Come on, open faster. Yeah, the first company, thank you Renegade, the first company was called the Corporation Internationale Nauticale et Océanique, the CINO, and the other one was the Ocean Technology and Energy Corp, the OTEC. One belonging to, so CINO and OTEC, that's how the entire conflict started. And I need to find... So I said Barrett Engineering, but there were others. And one of them that you do find, you find out about, is... one that still exists. Oh yeah, of course, after that, Night City seceded from the United States and all that, but that's not about Arasaka. So, Arasaka splintered into three factions. It is still under the control of Saburo Arasaka, but Saburo will eventually either retire or die. And someone, You can try, Renegade. I can certainly try to pronounce it. Yeah, Saburo is going to retire or die, and someone's going to become CEO of Arasaka.
Okay.
And that is either one of his three children: Hanako, Yorinobu, or Michiko.
And is this dude like super super old? Like, are we like? Is it in the news? Like, oh, he's expecting to retire any
Yes.
day now. Like the
Saburo
Queen kind of
Arasaka. Saburo Arasaka is something like at this point. Don't kill me if I'm wrong, but like 95 years old.
thing? Okay. So yeah. Okay. All right.
Yes.
Yeah, in
Every breath is
Michigo-
like a cliffhanger kind of thing. Okay.
Yeah. So Hanako Arasaka is the eldest daughter. Internationale Handel Medin what? Action Gesellschaft. Or Action Gesellschaft. I'm sorry, Renegade. I'm sorry to all of our German viewers. But yes, she is now basically the face of the company. Saburo is CEO in name only, which kind of poses problems because everyone now associates Arasaka with her, and it's kind of how she got back to the US. She's not her father. She swears that she's not gonna bring Arasaka to the same level of machinations that her father had. We'll see. But that is how Arasaka managed to come back to Night City. And you said you had a 17, right?
Yes.
So with the 17, you would also know that Michiko, the other daughter, Michiko Sanderson, she's she's his granddaughter. And she launched a company recently called Danger Girl that is apparently not associated with Arasaka at all. She's trying to distance herself from... Oh, they have an office in Montreal. To distance herself from the family name. Their headquarters are in Night City.
What do they do?
Danger Girl is a private investigation and security firm.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, it's a very high-end PI firm.
Okay.
And compared to Barrett Engineering, compared to the other companies, like as far as you know, and as far as Alt has been able to see, the only thing that ties Danger Girl to Arasaka is the fact that the CEO is an Arasaka family member. But they don't have any shares in that company. They don't have any. They don't seem to have any loyalties or any ties whatsoever.
Okay.
During these 2 months of research into Arasaka, you corresponded a lot with Alt, who knows a ton of information. In fact, so much so that over the course of the season, if you just remind me, did Alt tell me about this? Like when we talk about Arasaka.
You got it.
I can feed you in with information because I would be here we'd still be here tomorrow talking about your research. But there was one thing that stood out.
I'm thorough, okay? I'm thorough.
After 5 weeks of working with her, Alt stopped communications completely.
Really? Okay.
She did not answer her phone, her burner, her messages. Every avenue of communication you had with her just led to a dead end. A disconnected line, or just utter silence.
Okay. How recently was this?
Was after 5 weeks of research, so 3 weeks ago.
Okay. Sorry if you can hear my boyfriend screaming in the background. He's currently playing Phasmophobia.
During these 2 months, Trins changed Carver's room and fitted in a stainless steel floor for easy cleaning and a drain that led away. You were...
It's just a giant shower pan as a floor.
There are many, many instances where you had to work while Carver was removing bullets from people. And there is even one instance 2 weeks ago, which Carver is still reeling from, where a batch of it's the like the sedative, were actually poisons.
Okay, well, you're shit at getting a hold of stuff. This is why I told you to only talk to White. But no, you don't listen to me, because what do I know? I'm just the mechanic. But I'm the one who's fixing your goddamn floor.
These boxes came from Trauma Team.
From Conti or from White?
No, from, like, the legit Trauma Team. He bought them off of them.
Okay, well, somebody is lying to you, so I'm gonna take these 4. I'm taking these 4.
You would have 4 syringes containing... it's not enough poison to kill someone who's in, like, good physical condition. But basically what the poison does is, mechanically, it will prevent any surgery or healing checks on the person. Like first aid,
so
surgery,
it's an anticoagulant.
Sort of, yeah.
Cool. She has 4 of those. She doesn't really care about what Carver does. She does pay attention to who's coming in and out as she's fixing this floor, but that's more of a personal safety matter than anything else. And she is very nice to everybody and is polite because she knows that Carver has the, bedside manner of a trash goblin.
Oh.
Like Oscar the Grouch.
You would probably not associate with anyone that shows up at Carver's. In the sense that most of them are gangers or people that are so freaking desperate that they leave some of their organs to Carver just to survive.
Okay, but see, that's just Trins. She's nice and still talks to people, even if she doesn't associate with them.
Oh, yeah, you talk to them, but, like, you know that you wouldn't trust these people with your life. Like, it shows. It shows that they are...
Simon,
unhinged.
I would like you to remember that you're talking to Trins.
Yeah, no, that's true. Okay, someone with a lot of common sense would not. Trins would.
Trins is not inherently stupid, and she does have some common sense, but that doesn't mean she automatically she has a rule that everybody who goes to Carver's is untrustworthy. That just means that most of the people she has to double check, but some of them could be nice.
Mm-hmm.
And
wisdom is her dump score.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
During these,
It is.
huh?
It is trends.
Yes.
It is trends.
During these 2 months as well, Mr. Jimenez and Mr. White. What's been happening on your end? Because apparently, I had nothing at the end of last season. Aside from Mr. White will shoot a list of parts to the librarian and the brainiacs.
Oh, I gave you a whole laundry list of things. But I'll let Jimenez go first. He's got a better plan than I do.
Please, yes. I'm going to search.
So, for the past 2 months, Jimenez was really busy wrestling a very full schedule with Night City Wrestling, tagging up with Fiona. They were doing super well, getting put over in a big way, leading up to this moment, which is Night City Wrestling's premier go-home pay-per-view event that they call 5-Star Melee. And they have a tag team title match with the current champions, who are known by their ring names as Punch and Judy. And if anyone read the preludes, there has been some creative differences between Fiona and Jimenez. And tonight, this is the basically their last match together as a tag team. So, and he's kept this all under wraps. Nobody knows. Nobody in his personal life knows about what's going on there too much. But, you know, maybe Trins might sense that something is a little bit off about things. But everyone's like super hyped about it just because they had some really exciting matches, and Jimenez has never won or held a championship in any wrestling promotion, and everybody was sort of expecting this to be his first. So yeah, I guess if they're all watching the pay-per-view, they'll just see this, you just see this scene, like this montage of wrestling, and then Jimenez, towards the end, Jimenez is just looking at his hands ominously, trying to psych up everybody and prepare for his finisher. And as he backs up into his corner, Fiona slaps him on the back and tags herself in. And everybody looks really confused. Jimenez and Fiona start arguing a little bit. And Fiona just keeps gesturing for him to leave the ring. And then one of his opponents, Judy, pulls him out from the ring, and they start brawling on the outside. And then when Fiona turns, she gets knocked out and covered for the pin. And so the camera sort of just pans back, and you just see Jimenez sitting there on the entrance ramp, staring in the ring in disbelief at what happened. And the crowd doesn't seem to be very happy about how things shook out.
Is the team watching this from... because a pay-per-view, you can still be there in person, right?
Yeah, but I think that since it was the biggest show, and Jimenez is kind of embarrassed that things are not going to go his way again, so he kind of just maybe pretended that he wasn't able to get guest tickets for folks this time around.
Yeah, to make sure they're not in person present when this goes down.
I think the only one who is Trends, but that's less because she's like, oh, you can't get tickets, okay, so she actually bought tickets for herself.
One of the things that just to add almost insult to injury tonight as you're in the locker room, getting out of the shower, packing your stuff after the event. Jimenez, your agent would ring. It's a phone call from El Jefe.
Okay. He'll answer it. It's actually hooked up to his cyberware, which he never had removed.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And so he'll sort of just talk aloud.
Hey, sorry to announce this like that, but you remember, his name is not Bad Dragon, Ice Dragon.
Yeah. How's he doing?
Not good, man. He got caught in a crossfire tonight. And yeah, he took a few. He's at the NC hospital right now, intensive care. I know you two had your differences for a bit and everything, but he was, seeing how he was the first person you fought with when you arrived, I figured, I'd give you a heads up.
Yeah. All right. I'm done for the night, so I'll just head on over and see if I can visit him.
No problem. And I saw what happened. She did you dirty.
It's all right. I have an idea.
Well, let me know if I can be of help.
Yeah, sure.
And he hangs up. It's rare for El Jefe to not have like his forceful personality. Tonight he sounded beaten and probably drunk.
Yeah. Okay. So, Jimenez doesn't really feel like going home yet, so he would probably call a rideshare service and head on over to the hospital and see if he can visit Ice Dragon.
You would get to the Night City Hospital tonight. But before you enter the hospital, we're just gonna fade to Mr. White. Because you two might cross paths. Mr. White? Chris? Chris?
Sorry about that.
Hi, okay.
My headphones went wonky on me,
Ooh.
so I had to switch.
No
headphones.
problem. So Mr. White, during these 2 months,
Mm-hmm.
the first thing that I remember you telling me, and I tried to search through our Discord
Yeah,
conversation.
we had a verbal conversation. I realize that now.
Okay, so it's probably in another note. Let me check. Do I have
Yeah.
anything for Mr. White?
We talked for 45 minutes.
Crap. The only line that I kept was what you wanted to do for the librarian.
That was at the end of last session. Yeah, and I had that conversation with the librarian. He also would have continued to build his connection with Bianca. but primarily he had been working with Alt on getting her body and getting a crash course in coding because he needed to be able to make sure, or in reading the code, not doing coding, but in reading it, because he needed to make sure that whatever he put together didn't kill A, the librarian, and B, would help him give her a body when he was done. So a lot of studying, a lot of cramming, and then there's a lot of people showing up with gunshots, so I'm sure that he's getting called in a bunch. Especially because their team is oftentimes routed out to the combat zone. They know to just come pick him up, and that's why he got an apartment this close to the combat zone. It was on purpose for that. But he also would have been doing research on some of his past.
With all of the events that occurred like since 2 months ago, aside from the big shootout at the Forlorn Hope, which, by the way, you learned that even though
Hawk was there.
yeah, Hawk, even though Hawk was there, he got shot in the hip, but nothing to be worried about. Like,
What was he there? Oh, he was playing, right? Or what happened?
Yeah, he was doing a gig at the Forlorn Hope, and all of a sudden, guns went a-blazing.
Okay, because I couldn't remember, but for some reason I had it stuck in my head that he was the person that we saw, like we just saw his arm, and he was the person that we saw saying, and then the game, or now the game begins.
Yeah, it sort of was a wink and nod, but it's he did not start the shootout, if you will.
Okay.
But yes, he got the message, like a lot of people too. And there was this massive shootout, but afterwards, for the next about 3 weeks, everywhere that you went with your team, like, things weren't that out of the ordinary. You did overdoses. You did victims of a drive-by. You've done
Are you telling me that they're keeping me away from the game?
suicides. No, in fact, after a few weeks, you started realizing that these calls that happened, which would have been very, basic thing, but there were all people with a trauma team card, so you kind of have to go.
Yeah.
It starts to look too much like a pattern and less like random occurrences.
So what's that connection?
They're all playing the game.
So they're all part of the game in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah. And the worst that you had to do, which was last week. I know it's a bit redundant, but guess what? A building collapsed. This
It's not the first time. They're
No.
rebuilding a lot of stuff.
Yeah, but this time it was blown up with explosives.
Oh, good. Someone else to blame our shenanigans on.
Yeah, well, not plastic explosives, but an RPG.
Oh.
Yeah. It was an old building. There were a lot of squatters living in there. None
Yeah, I'm sure
survived.
none of them had a card.
One of them had a card. In fact, one of them was not a squatter. One of them came from the south side of Night City,
Playing the game.
playing the game, probably hiding there. No
Do I
one.
know there's somebody?
A quick research would have found that this person is a what do you call the person that works at the counter at the DMV?
Clerk,
Yeah, a clerk.
Government employee.
government
Yeah.
employee.
Yeah,
There's not really a universal government though, so
yeah. He's a very low level, not even gonna say white collar worker.
yeah.
Was living by himself. Had 2 dogs, 2 Doberman,
Mm-hmm.
and drove the equivalent of a Fiat. That's what you see in like with a quick look of like his paper and a quick search of where he lived and everything. Kind of a
I'll tell Sin not to judge him.
kind of. Whoa.
Why? I mean, she was a street racer. She ain't gonna be. She'll look, it's a little sideways at a guy like that. Single guy with a Fiat. Come on.
He's environmentally conscious.
Mm-hmm. He's something.
But yeah, otherwise, nothing more on that end, on this person.
But he was toast. So like, there was no bringing him back because I can cure anything but death.
Oh no! There were no survivors of that building collapsing.
Gotcha. So basically, we scanned for survivors, and we're like, well,
Yeah,
this
it's
is a
during the
job for the Lord,
triage
not
that
for
you
us.
realized. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
So gotcha.
and the brainiacs on their end
Mm-hmm.
are having a bit of a better time now that the game has begun finding pieces for what you need. on the
Oh, I
library.
bet them and my buddy who owes me still because he stood me up multiple times.
Yep.
If he wants to stay on my good side. What's his name again? Got the van.
Nightjack.
Yeah, yeah. He, I'm sure he also has been doing quite well for himself.
Business
He
is booming.
scrounges like a dog.
Yeah, business be booming. But a bit like what I told Trins, or not Trins, Reno earlier. 3 weeks ago,
Uh-huh.
I'll stop talking to all of you. No more answering the phone, no more replying to messages
I know.
on any channel.
2 things happen. 1, someone iced her program. 2, she doesn't want to be found. If somebody iced her program, there's no bringing her back.
No, should be dead.
Yeah, and if she doesn't want to be found, we just wait until she wants to be found again. There ain't nothing to do. I mean, it sucks, but there ain't nothing to do. So I'm not going to sweat it. I'll actually turn to the librarian for most of my information now. When it comes to looking stuff up. I mean, that's what the brainiacs are all about anyways. Knowledge is power to the nth degree. That's what makes them a little unstable. So...
So as you finish your day at the, no, that's not true. You were watching the pay-per-view. So let me go back to Imminus for a second, because you were watching the pay-per-view that night.
Yeah. Of course I was. There's no way I'm letting the Menace have a big old match and me not be watching.
So X, you go in, ask the receptionist. There are still visiting hours, but you've got about 45 minutes. He's on the 26th floor in ICU. Might not be able to answer you, but he's alive.
All right, so they actually let him in even though he's in ICU.
Recovery, not ICU. Recovery.
Recovery. Yep. All right.
PCU.
ECU.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Jimenez, he's pretty tired. His match was a good 20 minutes long. And he took most of the bumps for the team because Fiona didn't want to. And so, you know, he's moving a little bit slowly, but he will just enter the room quietly after knocking and just peering in to see if Dragon's awake. And if not, he's just going to take a seat by the bed and try to just make sense of everything.
You can hear the beep of the heart monitor. He's plugged into a bunch of IVs, but otherwise there doesn't seem to have a need for machinery to keep him alive.
Okay.
His torso is covered in pink and brown stained bandages. They've probably changed some earlier and some are newer. Looking at him very quickly, he got shot 5 times. And they were all like from the left side, basically. When you come in and you sit down, it takes a few minutes for him to realize there is someone in the room. And he turns his head to the side. His his cyber jaw has been replaced with a cheap plastic prosthetic. So it doesn't look like the intimidating machinery he had before. It looks like an artificial jaw. And he looks at you and says, hey.
Hey. You don't look so good, man.
The grocery's gonna be late.
Maybe just a little bit, but yeah. Aired the news. I don't think it's your time yet, though, man. So.
No, but it's going to be Christmas soon. And you realize he is high out of his mind. But it will be Christmas soon, because technically our season 3 begins somewhere around November.
Okay.
A little bit before November, I should say.
Do you know who did this to you?
Punks. I was jogging in the street. And then I turned around and then it stung. Yeah, it stung like crazy. One of them was dancing.
What kind of dance?
He was twirling. And then he fell. He's not a good dancer. Okay, give me just a sec. I really need to get a glass of water.
And now he's left us on our own, so we are complete and total chaos can erupt.
Did any of you text Jimenez after the match?
Definitely.
Oh, I love this. Is like Trins would have been waiting for you to come out, and you didn't come out the same way. You went out the other door and called it right, and she's like, "Okay, I guess you're really feeling bad. See you later."
Okay.
Wait, would have just been like, need anything? What's the play?
Jinx. Reno probably would have sent just if you need a hitman, let me know. I'm available.
He just Jimenez would have actually texted back at that point. Said, you know this is scripted, right?
Just say I didn't ask. Never say I didn't ask you.
It's appreciated.
Yeah. I'll be back.
Hey. Yeah. Do you want me to find these guys for you?
I think there's only one. Not the dancer, the other guy. He ran away. He didn't even help me get up. Man. It's fucked up.
It really is. Do you do you remember what he looked like?
Dressed in dark blue outfit with a black carapace and a helmet, a big dark, and he goes on for several minutes trying to paint a picture of what he saw, and it takes a bit. But can you roll a local expert check for me, please?
Sure.
Oof.
11?
You have to roll another d10 to check.
I do?
Yeah, you rolled a 1. It explodes on a 10, but it also explodes inversely.
Oh.
So that's a 3. His description is very vague, but you get the feeling that he's describing a riot officer of the NCPD.
Okay.
You know, the carapace could be like the big, the heavy armor jack. Heavy armor jack with a helmet. A sort of SWAT uniform underneath. It could be. Or it could be someone dressed in a similar fashion.
Okay. That's not much to go on, but I'll figure something out. I owe you one after all.
He nods and says, X. Oh, man. You have to welcome the Raiders. Hi, Raiders! Like that. Um, he turns back around and like almost like clockwork, the moment his head turns on the pillow, he just falls back asleep.
All right. So Jimenez is just going to stand up and walk out. And he's just going to text White. Looks like we might have a little side project.
As you text White on the, like you're walking down the corridor back to the elevator, and you hear a voice coming from another room that says, "No, that can't be. He was a good boy. He never did anything wrong. This is just, you're just covering for your shit doctor." He's not coughing. I am. Jesus. Never get a Reese stuck at the back of your throat, y'all. Ah! I hate that this is live. Yeah. And a man in tears storms out of a another room where you hear the heart monitor flatlining, and he bumps into you.
Oof. Jimenez is just going to stumble a little bit back, but try to stabilize the guy who just bumped into him.
He just mutters an apology. Not your fault. Not your fault.
No, it's all right. What's you gonna be all right?
You notice he's trying to actively not look at you. He's looking down at your feet.
Hey, man. You gonna be all right?
Not unless you can kill fuckers that did that to my son. And he, like, turns around you. And he's going straight to a bathroom.
Is there a chart on the wall outside of the room?
Yes. With like, the name of who's in it.
Yeah.
Sorry?
So he's just going to look at the chart and get a name.
Yes. The name is Boris Potemkins.
I'm sorry, was that Boris the Blade? Boris the Bullet Dodger?
No, it was Boris Potemkins, the person made of meat.
Oh, gotcha.
The Boris Potemkins, the soft. Boris Potemkins, the I should have gotten a better grade in PE. Boris, the I work a shitty 9 to 5 at a grocery store to make ends meet.
Well, still better than Barry, I guess.
Oh, I thought that was the name of the surgeon. Because if you have peep in the chart, you can see who's there.
No, the surgeon is Dr. Wellington. He's an okay. Like his death rate is not high. He normally loses like 0.3% of his patients.
Okay. Is there anybody else in the room with the kid right now?
There is a nurse right now who's just taking the blankets and putting them over the guy's face. And it is hard to see his face. He's been, you can see it in his eyes. They were, like, this entire area of his face was burnt with severe chemicals.
Chemicals.
Yeah.
Is there any information on the chart as to how he was injured?
Yes. It says that it was a self-inflicted wound.
Self-inflicted.
Yeah.
Is the father still around?
Father went into the bathroom.
Okay.
There's a... Well, can you make... Because the nurse would try to catch you at some point reading the chart and wondering what you're doing there. So if you can make a stealth roll for me, please.
Sure.
I swear at some point I'm going to stop coughing.
23.
Oh, yeah. You definitely have time to read the rest of the chart. There's a police report attached to it.
Really?
Suicide attempt. It was filled out by a police officer, an NCPD officer called Anna Thompson. And she details how she was she was patrolling the area around his apartment, and she heard him scream, and so she went upstairs and found him in his bathroom with his face over the sink, with his face burnt. And then, because you rolled so well on stealth, you will have time to read the rest if you wish to. The list of chemicals that that affected him.
Okay.
They are basically where is it? Come on. Nope, that's cyberware. He wasn't killed by cyberware. And not by a glow stick either. It's gonna take me a second, but it's because I think they're called Hellfire rounds. Okay, to do long story short, until I find it properly, it's napalm. Kind of stuff that'll cling to your skin and burn.
Okay. Doesn't really make sense to Jimenez because if this person was really trying to commit suicide, I feel like there would be easier ways to do it than napalm.
Yes. Um,
Not as memorable.
not as what?
Not
Not
as
as-
memorable.
Um,
I mean, sure, if you feel like going the Apocalypse Now route, but
but yes,
There's nothing like the smell of napalm in the morning.
he you don't know a whole lot about guns and chemicals, but the name of it is enough. It's not exactly napalm, but like you have the same sort of knowledge in game. Iminus has the same sort of knowledge that the average person would have out of game about it.
sure.
Like, okay, we don't necessarily know what's the composition of it, but we kind of know how it works. And the dad is still in the bathroom.
Is there emergency contact information on the file?
Yeah, the dad, Yuri Potemkins.
Jimenez is going to make sure to save that contact information. It's probably not a good time to talk to him about what happened, so he will be discreet.
Yeah. You have his phone number.
Okay. Jimenez thinks he's done here, and he's just going to text White, ask him if he's still in the hospital.
Where is my crew?
Tonight your crew is off. It's your day off.
Okay, so no, I'm not in the hospital then.
Okay. In that case, Jimenez is just going to take a ride share home.
Okay. And when you get to the apartment, Trins would have probably have gone back to the apartment by then, not wait for you endlessly at the venue. So the four of you, the Reno, Jinx, White, and Trins, you would hear a cab park in front of the apartment. And looking out the window, you see your friend, Jimenez. Except, let me rewind that. This is what you would see if everything was normal. You see a cab arrive in front of the apartment. You see Jimenez dodge out of the cab as the cab never stops. Jimenez, the driver, is panicked as he approaches the apartment and says, "The car doesn't react anymore." And he just raises his hand, and you see the wheel just drive itself, and the speedometer accelerating.
Jimenez in a panic is just going to say, oh shit, Jesus is a terrible driver, before he starts working on the door and trying to get out.
Yeah, you can open the door easily. Right now you're going 50. So it's not...
boy.
Oh, no, sorry, it's in... I was in kilometers. You're going 30.
Okay, much more reasonable. Lord.
I was like, why is that reaction to 50 kilometers per hour? Yeah, you're going 30 miles. So it's... Like, it's probably going to hurt, but nothing that haven't put your body through anyway already.
Okay.
So that's why I'm not going to ask for a roll to dodge out of the car. If you wish to dodge out, you can stay in if you want.
Yeah, no, we've reached our destination, and out of pity, Jimenez will actually give the driver a 5-star rating.
The driver is going to attempt to get out. Because, I mean, his car he doesn't have control over it anymore. So he will... that's that page. He will jump out. Nope, 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 nope. It would probably be this one. And he has reflex and drive. Oh, wow, a total of 12. Okay. He might make it out. It's a DC 20 to not get hurt. For him, anyway. Yeah. He also dodges out and rolls on the curb as the car keeps going down the street and ends up hitting a signpost and then just flipping over.
So Jimenez is just going to lay there on the sidewalk, sprawled out for just a beat before he scrambles up and looks for the driver.
Yeah, the driver is standing in the middle of the road. Like, he walked a few paces to look at his car, his runaway car, and he just screams out, "I told you I'm not playing anymore!" As if someone was going to hear. And that scream you all hear. And you all saw Jimenez dodge rolling out of the car as we head to break. We're gonna be right back, everyone. Grab a drink. I will, because throat. Stretch. Grab something to eat. Maybe get yourself a bag of kibbles. And we will be back with the second half of our premiere with what the hell is going on in Night City. Stick around, everyone.
Wave. Yay, we're back. Hello. So, Jimenez rolled out of a moving car. Cab driver standing in the middle of the street shouting, "I'm not playing, I told you." And the rest of the group upstairs on the 4th floor? 5th floor. I wasn't sure if it was 4th or 5th.
Well, it depends where everybody else is, because
we're in Trin's room, I thought.
Yeah.
yeah, Trins went to the place and then came back. So if you're in her apartment, then you're on the 6th floor.
6th floor.
Sixth floor.
Yeah,
Frost is on
4th is Frost. Yeah.
Yeah, there's nobody on the 7th, and nobody wants to sleep and be on the same floor with Kava.
No, 7th is Jinx.
Or me, apparently. I'm the only one on the 2nd floor.
You're on the
Yeah.
2nd floor.
No, I'm on the same floor as Carver.
Yeah, oh, that's right. Jimenez is on the 8th.
Yep.
There's no one on 7. There's no one on 7. Jinx is on
No,
5.
No, Jinx is on 7.
5 is where there's no one, except for
Oh.
Did we put Monique on that floor? No,
Yeah,
we put her
no.
on the floor with on
We
6.
put her on 6. She's down the hall from me.
Across from whatever the chick is that your brother's romancing.
He
The
is
one with
not
all the
romancing
animals?
her.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is
Gina.
not romancing her. That was weird.
Hey, you know.
I mean, he makes a lot of bad decisions.
Yeah. They have an off and on
yes.
thing.
I don't need to know.
It's basically on until she gets a new animal, a new pet, and then it's off because she takes care of the pet more than Merc, and then... What?
Every time I picture this character, I now think of Elmira from Tiny Toons. And it's like really bad.
But yes,
Hold him and squeeze him.
what do the four of you do when you notice this stunt being pulled in front of the apartment?
I just clap.
Trins goes out the back door of her apartment, or out the window access of her apartment, and down the fire escape.
Encore!
Both to check on Jimenez and to check on the car that's burning down the street.
In which order?
It's the, are you okay? I was concerned.
Yeah. Jimenez is just going to lay down there and says, I know you're dying to check out the car. I'll be fine. And he will kip up from the ground. And
Like she put a hand down to help you.
Like, it's good. I know you want to check out the car.
Okay, good. And then she's over running down the street towards the car. And as she'd go by the guy who was standing in the middle, she'd say, I get out of the middle of the road. The drivers here have no clue what they're doing. Like maybe under a cover or in a building, because that seems like a better idea given what happened with your car. But she says and runs and just kind of goes to the flipped vehicle.
What about White, Jinx, and Reno?
Yeah, so Reno is, I'm assuming, peeking her head out with the rest of the gang in very Scooby-Doo-ish fashion down the side of the wall. And she's definitely clapping, but when she sees, it seems a little bit more serious and not showy, like Jimenez is known to do, she'll pop down. You alright? You get in any trouble?
I don't know. This guy just lost control of his car. I think Jesus might have been involved. But, yeah, no, I jumped out before it got too bad.
Well, I don't know of any Jesuses, but, is he on drugs?
No. But that guy was just screaming about the game or not playing anymore. So I'm guessing someone was trying to ice him, and I just happened to be in the car at the same time.
he was playing the game at the same time as driving.
No, I mean he was just yelling that he's not playing anymore. He quit. But I don't know if this is a game you can quit. Has there been any rules announced about the game as to whether or not you can quit the game?
On the news, everything has been nebulous and contradictory.
Okay.
You would have to search for information, which we can do in this session if you want. But so far, yeah, none of you. I kind of did it on purpose. That none of you really know more than what you've seen so far about the game.
Is the cab driver still in the vicinity?
He moved back onto the sidewalk, and he's calling a ride.
I'm just gonna snap my finger, Come here.
I'm not a dog. You playing?
Wasn't a question. Come here.
He walks to you, but he you see that he's on edge.
I'm gonna nod at White. See if he can give me a hand.
I'm sitting on the fire escape, leaning on the railing.
I am. So, Reno does not play this game. It's not that she doesn't like games, but she's not really interested in plugging into something without full understanding of what it is. I'm putting his hand on his shoulder and without really asking him, just kind of pulling open an eyeball, looking, give him a little shake.
The fuck you doing?
Well, I mean, it's not like people just drive their cars into a ditch.
White's gonna yell down and go, "It's 'cause you're in shock, you idiot."
What are you, a doctor?
Yes.
He
Oh.
is. I'm just a muscle with minutes. What's this about a game?
Yeah, I'm not playing. You playing?
No, but
Okay.
were you playing a game while driving?
Yeah. Once you play the game, you play the game 24/7. That's the whole point.
I'm old. I don't know what the hip youngsters really do anymore, so
It's called the game.
it's called the game.
Yeah.
Well, I do know that you just lost it, and me too, but I don't think you're talking about that kind of game.
No, that's another game that I lost a long time ago. He
All
said,
the years just lasted too, alright?
yeah.
I'm just watching your masterful bedside manner.
Well, considering you put my friend here in danger, none of you play, right? This game thing?
You see him at his just put a hand to his chest. Oh, I think that's the first time you've called me your friend.
Yeah, what's up with that?
Don't
Why
mention it.
That sounds new.
Are you dying?
I'm shoving him off.
well-
I shove the guy off towards him and his. He's your problem.
My problem. I'm fine. I even gave him a 5-star rating.
Look. The game has another name. That's how you know which app to download. It's called Last Man Standing.
They turned that into a game?
Sounds violent.
It is, but the prize is what matters. Prize.
So you just planning on dying then, since I don't think you're gonna win.
No, that's why I don't want to play anymore. I deleted the app. I don't want to be in it. I don't care
How
about.
deleting things really works anymore. Once it's on your phone, it's in the hard drive.
Yeah, I mean, like once they have your information, unless it gets deleted from their systems, I think you're still active.
No, it's not my agent or anything. It's you have to go see a Ripper doc to be part of the game proper.
Nope.
Yeah,
And you got rid of that?
No, I deleted it.
So you have.
So
I mean, it's linked to an app on your. I deleted the app. I still have the chip, but I deleted the app.
well, if you still have the chip and someone just tried to murder you, I'm pretty sure you're still in the game.
But I
Probably
don't.
going to need to remove that chip.
I don't want to be in the game.
I hate to break it to you, but you probably didn't read the terms of service, did you?
Oh, the terms of service just says last man standing gets the prize.
Wow.
What's
that's
the prize?
It's the prize. $1 billion.
Okay.
Immortality.
Yeah.
Well, money can't buy you that, so.
Did a very tall Scotsman dressed like a Spaniard induct you into this game?
No. And also, that's Sean Connery.
How long ago has this game been going on for, Simon?
2 months. Well, apparently 2 months. That's when the shootout occurred at the Forlorn Hope. It could have been going on before, but it would have been like under everyone's radar because it wasn't something of that scale. Like it became public knowledge after the shootout.
Okay. While they're all talking, I know that Alt hasn't been responding to me, but I keep texting her every now and then anyway, just to see. And I just text her quickly. You haven't been playing this game thing, have you? This and that.
But there is no answer.
I get half, just in case.
So, I have to go get that chip out if I want to stop playing?
I mean, I think it's a start, but I don't know. I don't think it's ever easy to just get out of the game.
I've got a faster way, just in case.
I don't want to die.
Seems like you
I'm-
might be on the road to it anyway.
I'm sure there's a less grave solution to this issue, but
I
I
mean,
think we're just gonna have to do some research on this.
hey, Doc. You do cyberware?
Do I do cyberware? For professionally? Yeah.
Yeah, I just need someone to get it out. Please, I don't want to play anymore.
Menez is just scratching the back of his head, feeling kind of awkward.
Do you even know where it is?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, he would tell you basically the chip is slotted in his. It's an option in his cyber eye.
Oh, so you just need it removed from your cyber eye.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Trends can do that.
Who's Trins?
The one that's taking apart your car.
Oh, hey, don't touch that! It's on fire!
Not anymore. It's not really.
The car that he drives is a 2020 brand of SUV. So we're talking like an old car by this time.
Ancient.
Yeah, it's a 25-year-old car that he's been. You notice that he's been keeping it working, like he's been keeping it in as best a shape as possible.
Menace is just looking at it. Is that a Kia Sportage?
Yep, still fuels
The
a.
owner of myself is a 1986 Ford F-150. I'm very proud, right?
Did you say 1986?
I have a 1986 Ford F-150. Yep,
If you can get a Ford, if you can get an old school Ford, it will keep running.
forever.
Change its oil, treat it right, you're good.
Yep.
Yeah. No, see, it's not a Kia Sportage, otherwise it would have totally flipped and you would have lost the entire car because there's no roll bar on that thing. This is actually really nice. I got a halfway decent roll bar. I'm thinking it's probably a modded Chevy of some sort.
It's yours.
Cool!
I don't want to drive a fucking car that someone tampered with.
I can fix that. She's half under the engine. She's half under the engine of the car.
Oh, you would, yeah. Without a check, you would realize that it's nothing mechanical. The car was retrofitted in the last couple of years because the model is somewhat old, but you still have, yeah, like you've seen it on some of the NCPD squad cars. It's a like a smart car in the sense that it has a neural link. And basically, yeah, someone hacked into it.
Oh, she's like literally just taking the box that's the neural link setup and just pulling it off of things and just kind of setting it aside because she needs to wipe the whole thing, which is like, see, now the car is halfway decent. I don't need to worry about that shit. And she goes like she opens like the car door, puts it in neutral, and starts pushing. Is like guiding the car. It's like, can I get a hand? I need to put it back in the garage.
Come in. I go help her.
Okay. Can any one of you flip a car over?
I could roll. I could try.
Yeah, I could probably help you out.
Enough people could flip it back on its wheels if it's
Yeah.
a good, solid.
If
steel
the whole
Chevy or-
if the whole team goes in and help like that, I'll say it works without a roll. If someone wants to flex, that'll take a roll.
I'll do it. I'll fucking do it. Try. Let's you and me try it. Just you and me, Jimenez. All right. We got this. We got this.
All right. Well, I mean, you know, if you want to go try first and see if you can do it on your own.
Okay, I can do that.
Now it's
I'll
a
do that.
contest.
Now it's a
on.
contest.
It's on.
What's the roll?
Probably a body roll, right?
That would be body and athletics.
Okay. Where is athletics? Oh, dexterity. Okay. So dexterity. So athletics, but a body roll.
Oh wait, yeah, unless something is. No, athletics is under body. No, it's
Athletics
dex.
under dexterity.
Sorry, my bad. It should be. Because it's considered a body skill. Physical tasks, feats of strength, and all that. Yeah, it's dex plus athletics. Yep.
Okay. Okay. Plus. $23.
Reno Oh. Yeah, so Reno squats down, puts her hand under the top of the car, and as she gets back up, like flips the car over.
Oh! I rolled a 7 too.
For all intents and purposes, Jimenez would have succeeded too, but you succeeded better.
Ah, well.
You made it look effortless.
Well, no, Jimenez,
Jimenez.
wait, did Jimenez succeeded better? He rolled a 34 and she rolled
Oh.
a 23.
No, wait. But I see a 21.
That's your
rolled
roll
that.
from
Here's
earlier.
your roll.
Oh boy, okay, my apologies. No, Reno. Jimenez makes it look effortless. I'm sorry.
That's fair. But I do flip it over though.
Yes, you needed a
Okay.
20.
So we flipped it over and then we flipped it over again and then he
Yeah,
flipped it.
it's just
Okay.
Jimenez did it with one hand. Like,
That's fair. That's fair.
um,
Well, I just got the momentum going for you.
while everyone is doing that, is anyone keeping watch on the cab driver?
Yes,
Who
I was just
cares?
about to type that in.
Okay.
I am not going over there while that's going on.
Can
I
you-
am actually checking the dude out where his chip is, and I would have grabbed. Well, no. As soon as I heard about a tracking chip and this conversation's going on,
Mhm.
he goes back to his apartment, grabs his surgical bag, and comes down to check the dude out. He doesn't want the game coming to the apartment building.
You would need a DC-10 to remove the cyberware DC-10.
Okay.
If it wasn't in an eye, which it is right now, like someone could do it on themselves. While you're looking for a roll, I'll be right back.
I like that Dr. Frost is doing ocular surgery in the middle of a
Fuck
sidewalk.
yeah. I'm not taking him inside the building and having somebody bring like an RPG to us. That ain't happening. That dude brings us that kind of trouble. Oh,
That's why I'm taking his. Hey, I offered to just fix his car and he said I could have it. Now mine.
yeah.
No, because I figure if I do this right.
Shit.
Ooh,
I might have killed the dude.
What, are you going to try
I
to
failed.
make this...
and I still
No.
succeeded.
I
Are
heard
you going to try to make this a gyro car, like the one that we had for the briefest of moments?
no, I can't do that with this because the mods on that would be too awkward. I would also need to recut the whole thing. This is actually a really good vehicle. What I'm gonna do is actually see if I can get retrofit for Jinx, because this way she can. If I do it right and she can do because it's as big as it's an SUV, right? If I do it right and it's got the flip gate, then she can put the bike in the back and then still have an alternative modes of transportation. If I can set up the armament system.
You're gonna need like some torches and some extra steel and stuff like that to make that happen.
Oh, I have the blow torches. And I have some extra steel. I also have a whole lot of armor plating
Gotcha. All right, yeah.
that I got in season 1 when I took the guy apart from who got his own battering ram into his
Yeah.
own chest.
White, even though you fumble,
I know I still succeeded barely.
yeah, you still succeed and take the chip out.
So basically, you see White with like little to no bedside manner or care, and he just kind of like grabs the dude and tapes his eye like wide open and says, "Hold still," and grabs the back of his head and starts working on him. And nothing, no meds, no nothing. Pops the chip out and drops it on the ground and crushes it with his boot, and then closes up the eye and pulls the tape off and says, "There, get the fuck out of here."
I'm alive. Fucking alive.
Of course you're alive.
Nice. Oh, thank you, Doc. Thank you so much.
I'd still skip town if I were you.
Well,
I'm
just,
shocked this man lost his license 6 months ago.
Ha! You wish. Trauma team's never gonna get the hooks out of me. They don't have enough good doctors.
Yeah,
I'm stuck for life.
It was worth almost dying tonight. Oh look, the cab I called earlier is here. Well, goodbye, people.
Be careful. Whoever you called you were still low-jacked at that time. They could be playing the game.
Oh, the first thing he says to the cab driver is, "You playing?" Driver goes, "Eh." I'm not playing anymore. Gets in the car and they drive away.
Oh,
And
I was
then
waiting for him
also-
to just get shot in the chest.
No, it's not the entirety of Night City that's into it. It would have been very funny, but also subverting expectations.
That's fine.
I think we're gonna need to do some research on this game.
It's annoying. They already fucked up the racing.
It's kind of like that summer that 2 decades ago when everyone was playing this like Pocket Monsters game and wandering around and being very disruptive.
I kept trying to walk inside the shop. Do you know how much of a pain in the ass that was? I'm like, look, there's a sign there that says dangerous, don't enter. And they kept trying to walk under one of the lifts.
We're like 4. You were 4. 2 decades
Yeah.
ago.
Uh-huh. My dad's shop. I grew up there.
I can't even remember what I had for breakfast this morning.
No, that's
I
why
mean-
the signs are still there. Well, the signs were still there until Santino had it blown up. But they were very big and they were very large and says, "This is not a gym. You will die from crushing. Don't enter."
I mean, I heard people were like standing in the middle of the road in big ass groups.
Yeah, it was very weird. And then crazy enough, like 2 summers later, everybody was all indoors and locked out because it was that virus thing that was going on.
Too soon.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna X
In
card
this
myself for
world,
that one.
okay? I just wanted to
Yes,
not be this
please.
way.
Let me X card that.
There is a plague that happened in Cyberpunk, but it was much later.
Yeah.
Look, Mike Pondsmith is a visionary. He just gets the dates wrong.
You fucking predicted it, all right? Mike Pondsmith did all this.
Oh, don't put that bad juju on Mike.
Yeah, Mike's too good a dude. Don't put that on
Oh
him.
God,
I mean, have you ever seen Mike and the virus in the same room? I'm just saying.
I'm just saying. The math checks out.
Please don't kill me, Mike.
I'm sorry, Dad.
Okay.
So, the 5 of you are on the street. I will figure that you've driven the car back into the garage.
Yeah.
I mean, in neutral and pushing it back into the garage. She's gonna do a full overhaul on it before she lets anybody drive it.
Okay.
Because while she's pretty sure it was just the car getting hijacked through the remote access, that doesn't mean they didn't fuck up anything else. Like, be more mundane and just cut the brake lines.
Yeah, no, like I said, you did check that out when you were checking the car out earlier. Nothing was done physically to the
Yeah.
car.
But she's gonna go over it,
Okay.
all the way. With a fine-tooth comb. Particularly if she's gonna give it to Jinx and let her drive it. It ain't gonna be like letting, she don't let her friends drive anything that ain't perfect.
By that time, by the way, it's roughly pushing on 10-ish, 11 o'clock at night.
And
Just saying, it's dark out. It's the middle of, nightlife. You can still hear the gunshots coming from the combat zone. Which haven't... Yeah, they haven't gone away or intensified in any way during the game. Well, since the game started, I should say.
Right. Well, I'm
Right.
feeling a little beat up tonight. I need to go lie down or something.
You need anything?
I don't know. I might just take an ice bath or something.
All right. You know where to find me.
What,
Oh,
for the
and
bath?
What's this side job you said?
I'll text you the details, but I don't know. I don't like this game, and I don't like how it's hurting innocent people.
Doc,
Yeah.
I forgot something.
What did you forget, my dearest Trins?
Oh, so I was going to, I had to make sure I went to, Jimenez's show tonight, so I forgot. But I made a note to remind myself to tell you about, you should have all your gear checked. All of it.
Why?
Because Kava bought some hypos off a trauma team, and they ain't anesthetic.
Well, ain't that some shit?
But I saved you one, so that you can figure out what it
You-
was.
You got me one.
I got you two.
How can I repeat the test to make sure I can verify the results? Takes at least 3 to verify results on a sample that size.
I got you two. You can ask Kava for more.
Mm-hmm.
Man, if
Smarter
that's
than
related
that.
to the game, that's related to
don't
the
know.
game. This is some serious spy versus spy shit that's going on.
You know, that's somebody with real money that's trying to take out all kinds of people and then make us look like the bad guys. I don't like that. I'll take them. If you have them, I'll take them right there. If you're gonna just drop them off, that's fine. And I will, once I get them, I will lock them away with the other stuff that I have locked up. And on my next shift, I'm gonna actually take them with me. And
Yep.
I'm gonna go in early and have one of the lab techs run a full analysis to see what it is that we have.
She gives you two.
So, just as a step forward, so you know what it is he's doing.
Menace just looks up. You went to the show tonight?
Yeah, I said I was. And I texted you. And I texted you when you weren't coming out. And that you weren't gonna... So I figured you weren't waiting for me. So I said I'd come back.
Oh. I guess I just didn't see it. I went to the hospital afterwards.
Are you okay? I didn't think she hit you that hard.
No, no, it was weird.
And she's like
Ice
over there,
Dragon.
like putting her hands on your like face. Although it looks really comical because she's like a foot shorter than you are.
Yeah, I'm like, do you need to do you need to stand on a milk crate or something, just so that you can reach, or I think at some point Jimenez will just like bend his knees a little bit just to get lower, make it easier. But I think he's just going to say, no, I'm okay. It's just I heard Ice Dragon got caught up in a shootout or something that could have been related to the game. And he mentioned that there was an NCPD cop on the scene who just ran away and left him to die there.
Oh. Well, I'm glad you're okay. I'm sorry that your friend got hurt. I'm sorry the NCPD, well, most of them, some of them are assholes. And, it's trends. But I mean, I guess most of them right now are, because all the people I know and like aren't actually currently employed by them, and they're currently being owned by
Yeah, don't say that word.
other people.
Yeah. And you'll see White kind of looking around.
So I guess we should go, watch something else on TV inside.
Sounds like a plan to me.
All right. So Jimenez is just going to straighten up and head upstairs with Trins and everybody else, but he'll be texting on his agent to both Fiona and Riso, just sending them the outline for the segment on the next show.
And what about the rest of the group?
Once we're all chilling, I am going back to my place, just because she's been around people a lot that day. But I will text White. Not to put more on your plate, but, have you heard from Alt recently? No.
No, seems like she doesn't want to be found, is what you get back.
Just stopped talking to me for like 2 weeks ago, which is kind of odd. We're in a little book club thing, so it's not really like her, but
No, you're right, it's not like her. But there's one of two things that likely happened. Someone iced her on net, and then she's gone for good. Or she doesn't want to be found. And there's no way we're gonna find her.
just hoping it's not related to this game thing.
Yeah, that would be some shit. But, if you hear from her, let her know that I am not going to give up on the favor I owe her.
I'm gonna know. Favor, huh?
Yeah.
That's all about this lady doctor.
Not that kind of favor. You know, I don't like to owe people anything. But,
Hey, if you're going to, that's not a bad one to owe in.
No. Alt helped me a lot. And to make sure that we were square, I told her I would get her body.
It's not a bad trade-off. Make sure it's
Yeah.
hot, though. Like, mega hot.
I will let you be the judge. Because I don't even know if I know enough about any of that.
Got you. I'm gonna be hunting more for like on message boards about this game thing. Less news articles, more people actually playing or like talking about playing. Like, what's the subreddit for the game? You know.
For half a second, I thought you were gonna say, "I'm hunting on message boards for a hot body." And I was
Needed one hot bod, preferably already lifeless or semi-lifeless.
So you're going on Craigslist, is what I figure. Oh no, Godless! It's not supposed to be D&D anymore.
It's not the title, it's just the panels.
Oh, okay. The donation panels. Yeah, I forgot to take them out. There's no donations in Cyberpunk. You start looking on, I was gonna say BBS. We're a bit past that. You start looking on the
What, are
subreddits.
I mean, really, are we?
Well, yeah.
I mean, when they fractured the net, are we?
Well, that's the weird thing, is that the net now is only Night City.
Yeah.
So you basically connect to the Night City net, but it is still well, in my mind anyway, the internet as we know it. It's just you have one massive server or multiple massive servers in a city, and you cannot connect to any domains that are outside of it. So you'll find good knowledge of things that pertain to Night City, less about stuff that's outside of it. But by scouring forums and message boards and other websites, I will ask you to roll a library use check with a +2 because of your agent. Send an ICQ message to me. Oof.
Angel Fire.
It's okay, you can use Alta Vista to search. So yeah, I'll need a library use check, Rito.
Yep, can do that. Oh my god. My library is not good, but you know what? Actually, it's a 0, so it can't be worse. That's not bad. That's a 6 to start. 6 plus intelligence, a 12.
12. So the game itself appeared out of nowhere. There are a lot of urban legends about who is behind it.
Is there a lot of like 80s references to it? Where it's
No.
just constant
No.
nostalgia tripping?
No.
No? Thank God.
It's not.
So bad.
No. It's you would laugh if you knew what the inspiration for the game is. To me, like what I went through working on that. But the game is made by someone called Unknown.
Okay.
And the company's website for Unknown just returns a blank page. It's a URL that exists. It does lead somewhere. Some people have tried, I'm not gonna say hacking into the website, but like they've tried looking up like the IP of the server on which it's hosted. It led to a public library in Western Night City, and when that computer was turned offline, the IP was redirected to another computer elsewhere. Again, somewhere that was like a public area. We don't know who made it. There are no tracks of who's the author, and because they're hosted on public stuff, it really is just someone going into like a public place and uploading their information and doing whatever it is that you have to do to magic net running.
Yeah.
It plays. So to play the game, you need to visit a Ripper dock. And there is a list when you download the app of approved Ripper docks that will install the chip in you.
Is our dude on it?
Yes, Carver is on it.
Son of a bitch.
once you have the chip and you download the app, you are in the game. Last man standing works on a basis of points. When you kill someone, you take all of their points. When you reach a certain amount, like certain thresholds, the game will assign you a target, a specific person. You can no longer gain any points until you kill that person. Once you do, you can still, like, you move to, like, the next tier, if you will, and then you do whatever, and then you're gonna have another one, blah, blah, blah. To win, you need to be number 1 for 72 hours consecutive. And then you will be given the location of the prize. A lot of people on the... Oh, yeah, sorry.
Do they have a public list of who's playing, or at least who's at the top?
Nope. Those that are playing the game and that are on these servers are very loyal to the game.
Mm-hmm.
And they there are fan clubs, but they're fanning over, like, number 1, number 14, as if they know who it is, and then they delete whole threads when that person switches to someone else. That position switches to somebody else. The thing is, though, is everyone that plays the game apparently knows where number 1 is at all time.
Okay, so number 1 is always known. Okay.
Yeah. So anyone can try to kill them, but, you know, if they're number 1, they are probably...
They become the target,
yeah.
right?
To answer Chris's question, if someone else kills your mark before you get to them, you'll be assigned a new one. Like, when you get, like, a specific name, you'll be assigned another person. It becomes it's a manhunt type of gate. Like, you can't just take out any other player. They'll give you someone. And what's the other thing? Yeah, no, that's it. Sorry, it's not that everybody knows where number 1 is. I'm sorry. Number 2 and number 3 always know where number 1 is.
Okay.
But that's it.
Like, straight up, like, GPS coordinates and everything.
Yes, because the chip that you put in your eye displays your GPS coordinates. And the way it does that is by bouncing off of every access point in Night City. It's not centralized. It's refreshed every give or take 5 minutes.
Do I find anything about what happens if you just leave city limits?
So if you leave city limits while you have the chip active, the chip deactivates.
Okay. And does not reactivate.
And it does not reactivate when you go in, when you come back in. So the chip just becomes like junk. If you want to play again, and of course the chip is linked to your account, so the moment you step out of city limits, the account flushes. So all of your points are gone, everything is gone, you're out of the game. Like, that's one way to leave the game permanently, is to leave city limits.
Okay.
And there are a few nomads who have decided to hunt down people that are trying to leave the city.
Huh.
They basically patrol the periphery of Night City. And the moment they see someone trying to leave who's playing the game, they'll get them, you know, like a mile before they're out of the zone. That's their tactic. And another thing that you learn with your check is you need, because the chip is in your eye, apparently it records what you do. So that you have to be the one killing the other person. Practically like in the first degree. Like, you can, for example, cause a building to collapse and kill the person. You're the one who caused the building to collapse, you get the points.
Right.
But you couldn't, for example, pay someone to assassinate another player. That doesn't work.
Got it.
It's a very dark game. And, very violent? And, the people that are playing, most of them are not on the boards. And that's because most of the players don't have an easy access to technology. They're like delinquents, booster gangers.
Just kind of like hoping for a shot at the prize, kind of thing.
Because it's $1 billion
Right.
Eurobucks.
Speaking of which,
It's
is it
speculated.
just corpse that would have that kind of money, or are there actual real people that we would, not that we would know the names of, but like, are there Elon Musks
Yeah.
in this world? Okay.
Yeah.
And it's not just like, okay.
Yeah. You have, yes, you have a bunch of like important business people that are at the top of the megacorps. Of course, they have that money. But you also have just, it could be like a rich, eccentric developer like Rach Bartmoss, making this game for their own twisted purpose.
Okay.
Huh?
You didn't say that name, did you?
What?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
And another thing is the prize is pure speculation. Because the prize has always been said that it was immortality. And that's it. So people speculate about what it could be. Some will say that it's a lifetime supply of vat-grown clones. Others say that it's a lifetime supplies of replacement organs, like designer organs. Others say that it's Borgware. You know, you just get put into a robot and... Which, that sort of rings a bell to Reno.
Yeah. That's like the...
The
No.
the IEC technology. No, but the the name of the dude that was hunting you down?
Oh, no. Yeah, with the cyberwary.
Steel.
Mulhan Steel.
Mulhan-
Mulhan Steel.
Yeah, not him though. Well, oh, wait, I guess, did he had the program on, right?
No. Oh, you're talking about Hawk. With the program on who is recording everything?
Maybe. I thought there was like some kind of program where like you couldn't take it out and it was just kind of making you go crazy.
Yeah, that was Hawk.
That was Hawk, okay.
Yeah, and they were using that program and that footage to calm down the cyber psychos that they were creating.
Yeah.
But at the end of season 1, IEC
Mm-hmm.
did, well, actually, Mulhan Steel, the guy that was the solo that was gunning after you, was basically Borged up. Basically became more human than, more machine than
Oh,
human.
Yeah, he was definitely like, yeah.
And that, like, one of the speculation is that. Which means that if it is the case, you know that IEC had the technology to do it.
Right. It'd be a
They
good
had
revenge
it.
tactic.
They had it.
Oh.
But there's only 2
Oh.
people that have it now.
Oh, okay. And I guess after the chaos of IEC, somebody could have stolen it.
It could have been an ex-disgruntled employee that fled with
Yeah.
it, though.
If it was before we got there.
Yeah. I
It would
mean,
not have happened after we got there.
no. It
100%.
would have had. It would have had
Would
to
not have
happen. Yeah, it would have had to happen before, basically before the campaign started.
Okay.
So there's a good chance that that's not the case. But regardless, it seems like whatever's happening is once again tied to what you guys did at IEC.
Okay. Weird.
And there are countless boards speculating on the best way to kill someone. What's the best equipment? The best strategy? And you realize that these people on that board, like, they're treating it like a game. They're literally just treating other people like statistics and probabilities.
Well, we can't really judge them for that. I've gone through that phase.
Yeah, except that's a lot of people.
I had a life before y'all, Jimenez, okay?
Yeah, the difference though is you were made to be that way. You don't think that these people are actually solos.
Yeah.
Those are probably the type of people that if they do end up playing the game, they'll turn into, you know, they'll cyber up and turn into psychos too soon.
Yeah. Yeah, this is bad news.
That's a kitten. So, do we fast forward to the next day?
Yeah.
My back on shift.
Yep. Next day you would be working, Mr. White.
Then I actually head out to the hospital
Mhm.
at 4:30 in the morning instead of 6.
Okay.
Or 5:30, so an hour earlier. So I'd leave at 5:30 to be there for a 6 a.m. Start time. But now I'm leaving at 4:30.
And what do you want to do when you get to work?
I told you I need to leverage one of the lab guys to run toxicology on these 2 hypos. They're clearly Trauma Team brand.
Yep. Normally, Trauma Team is the person that handles ordering and such is a man by the name of Donald Oliver.
That's fine. I want one of the lab techs, one of the geeky scientists to do it.
Yep.
I'm not going anywhere near the person that procures stuff right now.
It would take them like the better part of the morning to do it, because you know they're doing it on the side, not with
And-
one of the high-end machines.
I will pay them to prioritize it.
Ooh. Mm.
500 euro bucks.
Oh
I
shit.
need it.
Yeah,
fast.
taken. So
People's lives on the line. If this is poisoned like the rumor has it, we're killing people when we put them under anesthesia. And I will actually tell them that. I need to know if the rumors are true.
he's not gonna take your money then. Like once you mention that, you know, it goes against your oath, this person has enough of a spine to
That's fine.
go, oh, okay, well, let's...
And I'll take the heat. If somebody gives you shit, tell them I put my gun to your head. Send them my way. If they want to fire me, good luck finding a surgeon of my quality again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially one crazy enough to go into the combat zone.
Okay. It'll take an hour, like right before you start going to work, right before you hop into the AV, you would get a message on your agent from the lab tech.
Mm-hmm.
So
Is it in both of them? Because they have different lot and serial number. Or are they same lot number? Or
same lot number.
but different serial numbers. Okay. Well, it's the same lot number. Yeah, so both of them. So that'll tell me if the whole lot was screwed. Because they're non-sequential, I'm guessing. 'Cause
Yeah, but it's
Carver is not that organized.
no, it's the whole lot. That
yeah,
was
so that's why I wanted multiples, so I could rule in or rule out the lot. As long as they're not sequential, it would be really hard for them to poison just a couple of them, kind of thing. You know what I mean?
yeah. So it's basically what it does is it's an anticoagulant mixed with, and now Hawkeye in chat is probably going to kill me because I really don't know the exact terms for it, but a thing that destroys your white cells.
Okay, so like for
An immune inhibitor?
An immunosuppressant?
yeah,
No.
immunosuppressant is
Yeah.
yes, that is.
That would kill your white cells. Or are you
What?
talking about like
AIDS. Yeah, basically. So what it does is it prevents you from healing from wounds. Oh, a cytotoxic agent.
There we go.
And
Thank
it
you, Hawkeye.
Cytotoxic.
like chemo.
That's,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what it does. It kills your white blood cells, so you do not have anything to fight against, like infections or what have you, and also prevents you from coagulating naturally, which just increases your chance at dying either from the wound itself or from a complication afterwards.
Okay, so
And this is the lab would tell you this stuff is lab grown. Like it's created in the lab. It's not like it was the venom of an animal or some exotic stuff like that. Like
oh yeah,
it's
No,
been
that makes
designed
total
that
sense.
way.
Yeah, that makes total sense. So I'll text back and say, someone needs to check our stock, every single lot. Who do I message? Who do you get your orders from?
It's Oliver.
Oliver?
Yeah,
At
Donald
that
Oliver.
point, I will call him, not text him.
Yep, he answers. Donald Oliver.
Hey, Donnie, it's Dr. Frost. I need something from you.
No problem, Chief. What you need?
I found out that there's a rumor going around that somebody dosed sedatives, anesthesia meds, painkillers with anticoags and cytotoxins. Basically, they're setting it up that we're going to kill anybody we put under. Lot, and I rattle off the number, already got tested and confirmed by the lab. I had 2 samples. That lot disappeared for extra money on the side by somebody. I don't care who. That doesn't matter right now. We need to test every lot, because if we're killing our patients, that is going to be really bad for business. And you know that the couple at the top, they are not going to stand for that.
I can tell you right now, Chief, this has been taken care of.
It's been taken care of.
I wanted to make sure nothing went out, but apparently some went missing. But yes, there was a whole lot of it. It's been destroyed. There's just
Well, there was a lot that went out.
yeah.
Plus the lot that you had. Do we know that there aren't any more? And what were the lot numbers? I gotta check my I gotta check my truck now, which I would have already had the numbers on hand.
He would rattle off the numbers, and none of these lots were to go out yet, in the sense that it was like your overstock in case something happened and you ran out or something.
Okay, so none of those numbers coincide with anything.
Nope.
In my
None of the AVs left with any of it, thankfully.
What about the hospitals?
2 were used at the hospital.
Well, at least it was only 2. That still
One
is
person survived, 1 died.
If you find out who did it, I would be interested in knowing that name.
Who did what? Order them?
No. Who
Died?
poisoned our supplies?
Oh,
You trace it and you find out, Donnie. You
Uh,
gotta come straight with me.
I'm gonna get on it, Chief. I'm not that great at investigation, but I'll do what I
Well,
can.
I'm just saying, you're gonna be in all those emails and the reports and stuff. If it goes dark, that means it went above your head. If you don't hear anything about it, they went above your head on it. But if you've been keeping it quiet for, the lovebirds, that's perfectly fine. I mean, they get to do what they want to do. But you just let me know if you find a name, because this kind of stuff doesn't stand.
Yeah, I'll get you. I'll get you your answers.
Thank you. You're a good man, Donnie. I don't blame you.
Thanks. Because if the boss was to find out, I'd be more than fired.
Well, yeah, exactly. That's why if all of a sudden you can't find anything about it, you know what's going on. And it didn't come from me. That's why I called you, and I went to one of your people, and I didn't go to any administrator. Actually, I didn't even go to you first. I went to one of your lab techs first.
I appreciate your confidence, sir, in me. Your trust. Yeah, I appreciate your trust in me.
Yeah. So, all right. Anything else, Pinky, going on?
Not that I know.
Okay, you hear anything? We need to know on the front lines. Don't
Yeah.
hang us out to dry.
Yeah.
We'll waste so many supplies trying to save those people. If somebody messed it up,
Oh,
also the budget's gonna look like hell, and they're still gonna come for you.
yeah. Did you see the announcement this morning?
Of course not. My head was in the lab trying to figure out who's trying to kill people.
I'll forward it to you. A bit of good news in all this, right?
Sure, I'm up for any good news. They finally give you a raise?
I wish.
Don't we all, right?
Mm-hmm. And he forwards you the news, and we're gonna end tonight's game on that. It's a piece of good news for Trauma Team. Maybe? Trauma Team is about to get a Zeppelin.
Ah,
That sounds like fun.
Yes.
is that like a mobile air, like
A mobile air
surgical
platform. Yeah. Basically a flying hospital. And
I have no idea who they're gonna get to pilot that thing.
they'll find someone, or it'll be, piloted by an AI.
Oh no, I hope no, it won't.
They're injecting a truckload of money in it.
Yeah, but Nightwatch won't let an AI show up anywhere.
No. I shouldn't have said AI. I should have said it would be remotely operated by someone who maybe is not a pilot, like a hands-on pilot,
Gotcha. A remote drone kind of thing.
like a remote drone kind of thing. Because it's not something that would move at incredible speeds or do anything specific. It's just the fleet of AVs would launch from that. And that way it would cut on the time it takes for Trauma Team to reach someone.
How
Because
are we supposed to get to work then? They're gonna pay for flying cars or some shit? 'Cause there
they're...
ain't no cabbie that can take me up there.
Nope. The Trauma Team employees will live on the platform.
The fuck I will.
And yeah.
Alright, anyways, that's not your problem, Oliver.
But
Okay.
that's what in the comments following the announcement, that's what you see. There's a lot of people that are saying, "Yeah, but I have a family." But Trauma Team's motto at the bottom of the announcement says it all. Trauma Team, we're your family now, and we're gonna cut on that tonight.
Good start. Good start. We got a lot of information dump.
Got a lot of shit, and now you understand why I said there was a lot of things and we're not choosing goals for today, but we'll choose goals for next time. However, for tonight, you can all give yourself 50 XP. And let's go around the table, plug everything that you have to plug. I will go last, of course. We'll do the same order as we did the intros, because I figure Adelaide, there's still an hour?
Yeah, we are right at 61 minutes. So, yeah, I'm Adelaide O'Adelaide on Twitter. My company, Action Fiction, is doing its Kickstarter for the expansion to our first game, Monsters of Merca. This is called Restaurants and Retail. It is Guy Fieri themed. He is a flavor dragon and the hero of our book. All right, don't judge a book by its cover. Not all dragons are bad. And we have reached $81,430 as of right this second. But there's still more time to hit some more stretch goals. Give our artists yet another and writers another raise. And you got 60 minutes to do that. We have hardcovers, we have deluxe leather-bound covers, we have dice that are coming, pins, miniatures, if we can somehow gain $20,000 in 60 minutes, which I don't think is possible, but hey, generous gods are out there. You never know. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of fun in that. So go check that out. If you like funny stuff, it fits seamlessly into your normal games. If you want to fit it seamlessly into your games, probably not a very dark game. No, I don't think so. But there's a niche for everything. That's all. I'm not very good at selling myself.
That's okay. We all have to at some point, unfortunately.
Oh god. Aaron's the salesman.
Our next
I'll put the link in chat for you, Adelaide.
Oh, thank you. Our next player, Anino.
How's it going, everyone? My name's Anino. You can find me on Twitter at Anino Gaming. I'll leave it to Prax and Simon to talk about two of my upcoming games. But on Sunday, should be returning to the Other Doc channel for another round of Ghosts of Saltmaw, which is DM'd by Origami Shuriken. So definitely tune in for that. It's Sundays at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Apart from that, just follow me over on Twitter. That's where I post all my schedule for streaming, as well as anything else that I might be working on. So.
Next on the overlay, Rin.
Hey, I'm Rin. God, I'm tired. I haven't signed on Twitter or Burns Through the Rain and Twitch chat, and you find me here on Friday. We're lurking in behind a film. Oh, right, you can't see Simon from here. Never mind. There you go. Anyway, that's it.
Chris is our next person.
Trids.
Chris, then Trids.
Oh, Chris. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to unmute, and for whatever reason, Zoom was not unmuting for me. So, I'm Chris Geary. You can find me on Twitter at Chris Geary. You can find me here on Fridays, reprising this lovely role as we continue our tales in Night City. And things are getting wild, can you see? I will be eventually running a game for Action Fiction of Castle Falkenstein, thanks to Adelaide and that team over there. And it's going to be an all cosplay show.
Very exciting.
Come check us out. For all of you who are following the Castle Falkenstein game here on Wandering DM, And we've gone through 3 seasons here. It will be the same universe-ish. And there may be some Easter eggs, and there may be some nuggets for you to take to season 4 of Wandering DM's Castle Falkenstein from the game on Action Fiction. So come check it out and see what kind of interesting bits you can glean. No, there's not a Castle Falkenstein game here until the spring when season 4 comes back.
Yep.
We finished on the 28th of September.
And yeah, basically when the snows thaw. Our last player is Deirdre.
Oh, hey y'all. You know me. I'm at Deirdre Donlan on Twitter, or Prexgorth as me for you to see me around on Twitch. And yeah, I'm gonna take those glasses off now. Hi y'all. So yes, Saturday, tomorrow evening at 8 p.m. over on my channel is episode 2 of The Regiment. If you like Peninsular War, Napoleonic, high drama, intrigue, all of the fun things and the stories of this cavalry regiment, come join us. We are also having a tea party to celebrate a certain individual's birthday. So come bring your, it's BYOB, or BYOT, bring your own tea, because we'll be having a tea to celebrate Nino's birthday. But yes,
Hooray!
I'm sure that nothing will go wrong looking into trying to figure out who's been selling British cavalry horses to the French. And then on Wednesday over on Laugh Love Lindy's channel for the finale, or season finale of Witcher Family of Wraiths. We're about to deal with some siblings in a pleasure dome, and I just want you to know the term, the only time that someone actually used the term bone zone for any and all meanings that term has, and they were all applicable.
Oh my.
It will be a thing. But other than that, check my Twitter because I was supposed where I'm going to be, and all the fun, wonderful people like these fabulous folks right here that I get to hang out with, and I'll see you next time.
And I am Simon, of course, at Wandering DM. You can find me tomorrow afternoon at 1 p.m. on the Level Up Dice channel, our partners. Why? Because we're going to begin our campaign of Scion. A certain Nino will be there, as well as a cast of wonderful players. Tomorrow will be the actually Hawkeye, who's in chat right now, is also in the game. Tomorrow will be the world building session, so not a lot of role play, but a lot of stage setting and table dressing, and you'll get to experience a bit of behind the scenes as we start this new generation of baby gods. Then on Monday, you can find us back here for the second episodes of Secrets in the North, our Rime of the Frost Maiden campaign. The group have discovered cuddle piles and holes in the ground. And then on Thursday is our finale for Dragon Age, and next Friday, of course, is Cyberpunk again. So I hope you had fun tonight, everyone. Let's go raid a friend of ours. Let's go raid Trooper as we end. And
Trooper's ending.
Oh no, Trooper's ending. Well, let's not raid anyone then, because I don't have my Twitch up. We'll do better next time.
Wait. I have it.
Give me someone to raid.
Well, Grant.
R. Ellis.
Grant R. Ellis, yes.
I love Grant.
Yes. Wise Papa Grant. So let's go raid Grant and give him some love, and we'll see you next week. Bye bye, everyone.
To me, you're